Free college football picks. This is week 4, part 4. I'm Tony T here with our college football pick show here for Thursday. We have 10 games for you here from Saturday's action. Also, our Thursday game is already up on the site, so you can check that out. But we just want to put our Saturday group together here for the Saturday. So 10 games here for you on this edition. Before we get underway, just a couple things. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like NFL, like Major League Baseball. Lots of live shows over at channel with lots of cappers on giving out free picks. Of course, we have our new live show. We just debuted Midday Plays from Mindy and Tiffany, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So guys, make sure you tune in Monday through Friday for their live show. Morning Steam continues. It's Ramon's creation. Ramon flying solo until we find a co-host for him. So that's how it rolls, guys. Also, if you would support our channel with that like, that thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers. Get signed up to our long-term passes. Hot cappers like Ramon Scott for the year, Joseph Schultz. Of course, yours truly, last 30 days. Collins Brown, been hot the last 30 days. So is Ramon. Sean Dinwiddie up there. Last 7 days, it's all been private here. Been hot. So is Sean Dinwiddie. Daniel Walshchuk up there. Click the links. Get signed up to our long-term passes. You'll find the latest premium picks here center of the page. Of course, you'll see our tabs for our best bet, our $15 promotional item. Our multi-packs offer great value. So go ahead, click, get signed up. And of course, you may purchase our plays a la carte. From that pick ticker, you'll see team versus team information. And you can save 20% off all premium pick packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access our page by clicking the link in the description and click the All Cappers tab. Get signed up. Always love to hear from you guys. So post your picks in the comments. We are looking for cappers. Supply on that home page. All right, let's go ahead and let's get this one started. Arkansas versus LSU college football pick. Here we go. Action for Saturday. Arkansas fell to 2-1, a 38-31 home defeat to BYU. Razorbacks rushed for 4.5 yards a carry in the game. They held the Cougars under 3 yards per rush with 204 passing yards on 26 attempts. KJ Jefferson, 24 of 35 for 247 yards with 7.1 yards per pass attempt. He had a touchdown and a pick. LSU improved to 2-1 with their 41-14 road win at Mississippi State. Tigers rushed for over 4 yards a carry in the game. They allowed over 4 yards per rush to the Bulldogs with 107 passing yards on 29 attempts. Jane Daniels, 30 of 34 for 361 yards and touchdowns. Razorbacks are defending well, holding foes to 257 yards a game. That's ranking 12th in the nation. They are holding opponents to 1.7 yards per rush. Passing game efficient, 72% completions, 8.3 yards per pass attempt. Play here, Arkansas plus the 18. Iowa State and Notre Dame college football pick. Here we go. Saturday's action. Iowa State 3-0. It was a 63-10 home victory at Western Kentucky. The Buckeyes rushed for over 6.5 yards a carry. They did limit the Hilltoppers to under 3 yards a carry, and with 204 yards passing on 39 attempts. Kyle McCord completed 19 of 23 for 318 yards and 3 touchdowns. He averaged 14 yards per pass attempt. Buckeyes had a +2 turnover margin in the win. Now Notre Dame 4-0, a 41-17 home victory to Central Michigan. Fine Irish ran all over CMU for 6 yards a carry. They allowed under 4 yards per rush to the Chippewas with 137 yards passing on 20 attempts. Sam Hartman, 16 of 26 for 330 yards and 3 touchdowns. Both teams have single wins against Power 5 schools. But Hartman's experience the key here. McCourt in 2 seasons as a backup saw really no high leverage situations, just kind of filling in garbage time. Play here Notre Dame +3. Texas and Baylor college football pick. Here we go for action Saturday. Texas 3-0. After that 31-10 home victory in Wyoming. Longhorns ran for 6 yards a carry. They surrendered 4 yards per rush to the Cowboys with 136 yards passing on 28 attempts. Quinn Ewers went 11 of 21 for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged a season low 6.2 yards per attempt and 52% completion rate. That was also a season low. Baylor 1-2, a 30-7 home victory to FCS LIU. Bears have home losses to Texas State by 9 and to Utah by 7. Sawyer Robertson is completing 45% of his passes for 7.2 yards per attempt. He has a touchdown with 3 interceptions. Now, Robertson is the backup as the Bears lost Blake Shapen to injury. Baylor has defended well. They sit 19th in the nation in pass defense. Bears are rushing here for 4.6 yards per attempt, but just not comfortable laying over 2 touchdowns on a road conference game after Ewer's last performance. Play here Baylor +15. Mississippi State and South Carolina college football pick. Here we go. Action on Saturday. Mississippi State fell to 2-1, a 41-14 home defeat to LSU. Bulldogs rushed for 4.5 yards a carry with really poor production throwing the football. The team surrendered 4.1 yards per run to the Tigers with 367 yards passing on 37 attempts. Mississippi State allowed 4 sacks and were down 24-7 at the half. Will Rogers completed a season low here, 11 of 28 for 103 yards and 3.7 yards per attempt. The offensive coordinator trying to change things. They should go back to resort the way they used to run their offense. South Carolina drops to 1-2, a 24-14 road defeat to Georgia. The Gamecocks rushed for over 3 yards per attempt. They did allow 4.5 yards to carry to the Bulldogs with 289 yards passing on 35 attempts. Spencer Rattler, 22 of 42 for 256 yards with a touchdown and 2 picks. He averaged 6.1 yards per pass attempt. Gamecocks couldn't hold their 14-3 halftime lead. They did have a -2 turnover margin in the game. But here we got both defense inexperienced with 4 starters back. Both teams played poorly against the pass. Mississippi State ranks 117th in the nation in pass defense, and South Carolina 105th. Play here will be on Mississippi State and South Carolina over 48.5. Memphis and Missouri college football pick. Here we go. Saturday's action game played on neutral site in the Dome in St. Louis. Memphis 3-0 after their 28-24 home victory to Navy. Tigers rushed for over 6 yards a carry in the game. They surrendered 6 yards a carry to Navy with 133 passing yards on 20 attempts. Junior quarterback Seth Hennigan, 23 of 35 for 217 yards with 6.2 yards per attempt. He had a touchdown and interception. He did rush for 2 touchdowns. Hennigan also lost a fumble. Missouri 3-0 after their 30-27 home victory to Kansas State. They won on a 61-yard field goal as time expired. The team posted under 3 yards a carry. They allowed nearly 4 yards per rush to the Wildcats with 270 passing yards on 39 attempts. Brady Cook, 23 of 35 for 356 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 10.2 yards per pass attempt. Cook took a hit to the knee and is not practiced through Wednesday. Sophomore Sam Horn is the backup and has thrown a total of 7 passes in his 2 seasons. Memphis quarterback situation makes it tough to back them here. Memphis 8th in the nation in total defense by allowing 251 yards a game. They are moving the football for 449 yards a game with 4.8 yards per carry. Play here Memphis plus the 6. Minnesota and Northwestern, a college football pick for Saturday. Minnesota sits 2-1 with their 31-13 road defeat at North Carolina. Golden Gophers rushed for over 5.5 yards a carry, but the passing game stalled. They held the Tar Heels to just under 3 yards per rush with 414 yards passing on 40 attempts. Ethan Kamanis, 11 of 29 for 133 yards and an interception. He averaged only 4.6 yards per attempt in defeat and 4.5 yards per pass in that loss to Nebraska. Northwestern 1-2, a 38-14 road defeat at Duke. Wildcats ran for 3.5 yards a carry. They surrendered 487 yards to the Blue Devils with 268 rushing on 40 attempts. They did allow 210 yards passing to Duke on 20 throws. Eastern Michigan and also Cincinnati transfer Ben Bryant completed just 17 of 34 for 123 yards with a touchdown and pick. He averaged a career low 3.6 yards per attempt. On the year, Bryant career lows in completion rate and yards per pass attempt by wide margins here. Both quarterbacks plays pretty much subpar, back-to-back road games for the Golden Gophers. They put up 13 points in their first 2 games against Power 5 teams. Golden Gophers sit 119th in the nation in yards per play at 4.8 and 129th in completion rate, completing just about over half of their passes. Play here Northwestern Northwestern plus 11.5. UAB and Georgia college football pick for action on Saturday. UAB fell to 1-2, a 41-21 home defeat to Louisiana. Blazers fell behind 24-zip at the half. The team rushed for 3 yards a carry. They surrendered 307 rushing yards here to the Raging Cajun on 39 attempts with 288 passing yards on 23 passes. Now, Jacob Zeno, 27 of 38 for 280 yards with a touchdown and 2 interceptions. He averaged 7.4 yards per attempt. He is a threat to run, 17 rushing yards, 17 rushes with 52 yards and a touchdown. Georgia 3-0, a 24-14 home victory to South Carolina. Bulldogs had to overcome that 14-3 halftime deficit. The team rushed for 4.5 yards a carry. They limited the Gamecocks to under 4 yards a carry with 256 passing yards on 42 attempts. Carson Beck, 27 of 35 for 269 yards, 7.7 yards per pass attempt. UAB, they sit 114th defensively in yards per play and 127th in run defense, also 126th against the pass. despite playing no Power 5 teams on their schedule. That explains the big line here. But the Blazers, they're a good passing team. 80% completion rate. Of course, Trent Dilfer, the former NFL quarterback, you've seen him over on the major networks. He's in his first year as a head coach, so he's getting production at the quarterback position. We just need a little bit of production here. So we'll take UAB here at plus the 42. Akron and Indiana, college football pick for action on Saturday. Akron 1-2 with their 35-3 road defeat to Kentucky. Zips rushed for 2 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 6 yards per rush here to the Wildcats with 315 yards passing on 26 attempts. DJ Irons 23-34 for 130 yards and only 3.8 yards per attempt. Indiana 1-2 after their 21-14 home defeat to Louisville. Hoosiers fell behind 21-zip at the half. They rushed for just over 2 yards a carry, but had really good production from their passing game. They did allow over 4.5 yards a carry to the Cardinals with 238 yards passing on 23 attempts. Tennessee transfer Tavon Jackson, 24-34 for 299 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 8.8 yards per pass attempt. Zips hit 131st in the nation in total offense, averaging 260 yards a game. They averaged 6.2 yards per pass attempt, sitting 105th in college football. Indiana defense has played well, sitting 40th in college football by allowing 298 yards a game. Akron runs for only 1.7 yards per pass attempt. The play here will be Akron, Indiana, under 46.5. Buffalo and Louisiana, college football pick for Saturday. Buffalo fell to 0-3, a 55-27 home defeat to Liberty. Bulls rushed for under 3 yards a carry. They surrendered 7 yards per rush to the Flames with 344 yards passing on 29 attempts. Cole Snyder, 20 of 51 for 276 yards with 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, averaging only 5.4 yards per attempt. Louisiana 2-1, a 41-21 road win at UAB. Raging Cajuns went up 24-zip at the half. They rushed for 307 yards on 39 carries. The team held the Blazers to 3 yards a carry with 280 passing yards on 38 attempts. Chandler Fields hit on 2 of 4 for 34 yards and an interception. Starting quarterback Ben Woodridge is out with a foot injury. Fields saw significant action last year, completing 58% of his passes with 6.2 yards per attempt. Bulls defense giving up 510 yards a game with 5.8 yards per pass attempt. They are 131st in the nation in total defense. They are poor defending the pass at 118th in college football. Fields experienced last year the key here. Play here at Louisiana -9. Colorado State and Middle Tennessee State, college football pick for Saturday. Colorado State 0-2 after that 43-35 road defeat to Colorado. Rams rushed for under 3 yards a carry in the game. Defensively, they limited the Buffs on the ground to nearly 3 yards a carry, but allowed 348 yards passing on 47 attempts. Braden Fowler Nicolosi hit on 34-47 for 367 yards with 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He averaged 7.8 yards per attempt. Middle Tennessee State 1-2 with their 35-14 home victory to FCS Murray State. They have losses to SEC schools on the road to Alabama by 49 and at Missouri by 4. Quarterback Nicholas Vattiato, facing Power 5 schools this year, is completing 63% of his passes with 5 yards per attempt. He has thrown 3 touchdowns and an interception in those games. Colorado State 0-6 at the spread in these closely lined games when they're either getting 3 or laying 3 or in between. Rams defense looked bad in their home loss to Washington State and at Colorado. They are 128th in the nation in total defense with massive struggles in the passing game. This also figures to be a letdown spot after that emotional overtime loss to Colorado. Play here at Middle Tennessee State here at -3. All right, that was our college football pick show here for Thursday. We gave you 10 plays here. It was actually week 4, part 4. If you're looking for a Thursday game, we already posted that up on our channel, so check it out. You can always go to our YouTube channel where we redesigned it. My video compilations are on the top. So on the top line, you'll find today's Thursday's pick. All right, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks from all the major sports. And, of course, our live shows with lots of cappers giving out plays 6 a.m. Eastern time every day. It's the Morning Steam with Ramon. And then Mindy with her new show with Tiffany, 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's Monday through Friday. So you guys make sure you check out all our shows here on our channel. All right. And, of course, remember, visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com, for our best plays. Our premium picks are there. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. And find the link in the description. I'm Tony T. Back later on with more free picks.